Welcome to Thornton Farm First Look Map Tour with me, MrSealyp. Welcome to Thornton Farm. This is mostly fictional but has some real life areas included. The map is set in Gloucestershire, UK with many great views. It includes all the Farming Simulator 17 features, custom crop and grass textures with many other new features, 2 sell points, the BGA etc, 38 fields, small and medium, animated clouds, PC only, loads of new models made by myself, not me, Oxygendavid, mud mod, PC only, forestry, sawmill area and missions all included. Lots of animated objects, PC only, chop straw, PC only, various custom sounds across the map, more optimised, gold nuggets. I hope you'll like this map. Oxygendavid. So here we are, finally, Thornton Farm First Look Map Tour. Various different reasons why I haven't done it up to now, and a few of you have asked me if I can. So here I am. I wanted to do one, and I did do one, but there were issues. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that now. We start off, interestingly, inside a farmhouse, which we haven't done before. Nice little touch. Landykid picture on the wall. Oxygendavid YouTube channel. Magazine on the table. Farming Simulator 17 with Landykid. So, out we go into the morning fresh air. It's a lovely morning in Gloucestershire. We are facing east on the map and we are at Thornton Farm. Thornton Farm on the map is located just west of Central, but it is the only farm on the map. Well, say the only farm, yeah, the only kind of usable farm. There is another little farm here. We're not actually gonna look at it. I'm gonna leave that for you to explore, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But in essence, the map runs in a rectangle around the map, and we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 roads that run north-south, and we have a railway that also runs north-south across the map. Thornton Farm is split into 2 halves by a little lane, so we've got the northern part of the farm and the southern part of the farm. We start off with 4 fields. Field 13, which is a nice size, Field 11, grass field, Field 30 and Field 29, also not a bad size field. So for getting yourself going, it's not bad. Most of the fields on this are small to medium. There aren't any huge fields on this one, but it's a great map. I really do like this. 2 sell points, BGA, petrol station, fuel station and a livestock market, which we're going to whiz round and have a look. I'm going to look around the farm first, and then we will do a clockwise tour around the map. I will skip bits of driving, but when we get to certain points that I want to show you, I will say where we are on the map, so you can kind of have a check yourself. So without further ado, let's begin. The northern part of Thornton Farm. If you played this in FS15 on PC, because obviously consoles, we didn't have it, a few things have changed, not a huge amount, but it does look a little bit different to how it did on FS15. So, the northern part of Thornton Farm. Lots of barn space on this farm, which I really do like. So first about vehicles. Oh, I didn't talk about vehicles, did I? Yeah, vehicles. We start off with a New Holland T6, a Fendt 700, the TC 590 harvester, the header trailer, which I have issues with, Agroliner trailer, Kuhn cultivator, Salford plough, Great Plains seeder, side mower, roll belt, baler, and the pickup. Not a huge amount of equipment. We also start with 20,000 in the bank. I'm playing this, well, I've got this on normal at the moment. Prices, actually I meant to look at that as well. Prices aren't too bad, about average for playing on normal. Some maps they're ridiculously high, some maps they seem to be ridiculously low. This seems about average. You're not going to make your fortune doing silage or forestry, but it is there for you to do, and if you do enough of it, you're going to make enough money. So it is there as an option. So anyway, yeah, but lots of barn storage, lots of places for your vehicles, which is nice. I did whiz through and open a couple of bits. The big open barns, I don't use these very often actually. I should probably use them a lot more. I didn't use them on Chellington very much, and I probably should do. We've got our water refill point, our seed refill point just in the barn off the left hand side here. We've got our silo unload and load point off to the right here between these two large barns. On the wall, I've lost it, on the wall just over here, there we go. We have our light switch, that does the barn lights. There's a light around the corner as well, an outside one, but that turns all of those on and off. More equipment, more barn space. This here directly ahead of us is what's new. This wasn't on the FS15 version, this barn here and that one over there. I do like this. This is a really cool barn. I know it sounds ridiculous, it's a really cool barn. This just opened straight into a grass field before, but more of our equipment all tucked away very, very nicely. What I like is this kind of split level, the ramp up the side here, with the barn space kind of used how it would be in real life. If you've got a slope or a hill and you're sticking your barn in and it's the only space you've got available, you're going to end up with these kind of split level looking things. It's pretty cool though, I do like this. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, nice barns, pretty good. Yeah, so this grass field here, this just opens straight out onto the yard, but so this is all new, so plenty of storage space, you haven't got to worry about that at all. Field 13, one of the fields we start with, this is a biggie. I say biggie, I mean it's big for the map, so you're not going to have too much of a problem getting things going, but it opens straight out off the yard. Nice little touches, there's quite a few of these little kind of culverts and ditches and like kind of little rivers really. Irrigation ditches I suppose is what they're called, aren't they? But that in essence, that's the northern part of the farm. Everything you need to know about this side I think I've shown you, I'm pretty sure I have. So we now move to the southern part. So I was jumping with excitement there, not that I pressed the wrong button to open the gate or anything. So there we go, Thornton Farm. So this little lane is the lane that runs east-west and it splits the farm into the two halves, the northern and southern half. If we just whiz along here. So as with the northern part of the farm, there are two ways in. There are two ways into the southern part as well. You've got this double gate here into the main yard, and just along here we've got another little lane, a little track that runs up the side here. So there are two different ways to get in. Just up this little one here we've got a little courtyard. This is where the chickens are, nicely tucked away, getting on with what they do best, pecking tarmac apparently. They'll be finding any weeds and bits and bobs they need, plus they've got feed there. Anyway, being chickeny is what chickens do. So back in the double gate to the southern part again. We've got a nice bit of barn space, storage areas, and these are big barns, plenty of room in them for vehicles, crops, whatever you want to store. And then over here we've got our workspace where we can customise our vehicles. The lights are on already. Like I say, I did whiz round, do a couple of bits just kind of to speed up the whole process, but these doors open and close very nicely. There's one on the other side as well, so we can drive vehicles through. Some are larger vehicles, it should be easier to get in and out. Plenty of space in there. More storage off to the right hand side. I like these open space kind of barns. Again, much easier for access for getting things in and out, especially like if, like me, you struggle to reverse certain trailers, which I sometimes do. This is where it changes a little bit from FS15. The cow part, and this is where the cows are, this is the cow shed. This has changed quite dramatically, I think. We've got our light switch on the wall here, so that turns off the lights for the barns, turns off the light inside here. Not that we need it on during the daylight, so I'll turn it off. So anyway, I think, well, this is your feed trough on the side here for your power food and that kind of thing. Well, anything will go in there. We've got this nice curved stone wall which wasn't on the original, and we've got our buy-sell point for our cows is just here, round the side of this curved wall. I will just hop the fence. I think you put your bedding in this side. Haven't checked that for definite, but I think that'll probably be where that goes. And then when we come through here into the actual meadow pasture, we've got our manure point and we've got our slurry point, and that's that little lane, that the other one that comes up through a gate here and brings you into the back. Here we've got our grass trough, water trough in the field, and that is cows. Catered for, nothing to worry about. So back into the rest of the yard. Again, more barn space, very, very helpful. The bunker silo is colossal. It is huge. I can't imagine how much you must get in that. But it seems, again, I could be, my mind playing tricks on me, but I'm sure that's bigger than it was on the FS15 version. But anyway, yeah, bunker silo for your silaging. We've got fertilizer refill point just off here, just tucked around the side, in shadow at the moment. We've got a bale sell point with our little T6 tucked away there, very, very nicely. And just around the corner here, we have got the biggest slurry pit I've ever seen. It is huge. Just remember, this is a slurry pit. Toxic gas, no entry. This is not a swimming pool. Anyway. Of course it's not a swimming pool. So this is again where some things changed. On FS15, this was a crop field, arable field, and there was a building here, I'm sure there was. But obviously with our animals that we have on FS17, we have got our slurry tank, we've got our manure bay area. This is our pig pen, pig sty, whatever you want to call it. So we've got our water trough, feed trough around the corner. We've got our bale, shredding, bedding point, and we've got our buy and sell point. There we go. That's everything pig related. So the farm, northern part, southern part, cows, pigs, slurry pit, bale sell point, seed and fertilizer refill point. I don't actually know where the liquid fertilizer refill point is, or does that refill from there as well? Not sure. Anyway, what I should have done was brought the pickup over, because I'm going to start the tour now. We're going to go clockwise around the map. There's something I want to show you first before I do that. Bear with me 1 second. That's better. Pickup. Now, this may seem like I'm whizzing around or rushing through this. I'm not doing that because I don't care, that I don't want to do the map tour. I absolutely do want to do the map tour. This is now the third try at doing the map tour. I won't tell you what I did the second time. Oh, good grief. Anyway, I'm now heading westward. This is one of the lanes that runs north-south. Farm sprawling out behind us. Lovely. To show you this little bit, which I really like, a lot of the map makers are starting to do this now. It says construction area, placeables, etc. They're leaving us big wide open spaces now, either kind of earth or tarmacked or whatever, concreted. This is so you can create, customise your farm. You can add in whatever placeables you want to stick on here to make it your own. A sort of chance to be creative and make a secondary farm, barn space, silos, haylofts, you know, all that kind of stuff. Whatever you want to place here. Obviously silos you can't, can you? Because you need to, that needs to be next to an existing silo. But any placeables you want to place, or you just want to go on there and you pick up and just spend an hour doing donuts, it's entirely up to you. But there you go. Nice little touch, I do like that. Now we're going to get out into the wider open world around the farm. We are now heading north up one of the little lanes. Field 13 just off to our right, and as you can see, field 13 is not a bad size at all. Oh, little, there you go, gold nugget just down there in the grass. They do exist, they are on here. So very quickly, just to show this as well, hop over the wall. Nice little touch. South Gloucestershire Council, farmland for sale, rather than the little blue discs that are sitting there. This is very much like Sandy Bay. Same map maker, obviously. If I click on this now, contracts available. The field prices aren't too bad. This is a 2.1 hectare field, 170,000. So the field prices aren't ridiculously high. Some of the maps I've done, they seem to be incredibly high. I know it's to stop you from buying all the fields straight off the bat, you know. You have to kind of work up to them, that's the whole point, but some of them are really, really expensive. So I've stopped here very, very quickly. We are at the northwest corner of the map. I said this on Giant's Island. If you like henges, you're going to love this place. Stonehenge. I do like a henge. Interestingly with this one, you can buy the field. There are no contracts available because it's grass, but you can buy the field so that you own the grass. I suppose technically you're buying the henge, aren't you? Something to tell your friends? Look what I bought today. Bet they haven't got a henge. Anyway, moving on. We are at the northern part of the map now. The road that runs east-west, the northern part of the map. We come to the first of our sale points. We are at Dalton Stores. Dalton Stores has the usual sell point. They're very steep sides, these sell points. For most of your selling needs, can be done here at Dalton Stores. I do like the fact you don't have to go back out into the main road here, because we've got three things all together here. We've got Dalton Store sell point. If we cut through the little gap here, we've got our machinery store, shop, a class dealership, which is interesting. We don't often have class dealerships. Unfortunately on consoles we can't get class vehicles. PC players, you lucky devils. But we have got our cash point, we have got our customization and sell point, and if you want to go in and speak to one of the helpful staff at the machinery shop, they're more than happy to help. Cutting through again, we come to our sawmill. We've got a wood chip sell point, we have got the timber sell point, and we have got a mill pond. If you have found, like I have, putting logs onto a lot of those log trailers, the log trailer sits a little bit too high to register on the trigger for the timber sell point. I just dump everything into the mill pond. I think you get the same price for it. It's just far easier. It's quite a deep mill pond, that one, so you can back your trailer in completely if you really want to. But that's your sawmill, so a bit of a triple there. So northwest corner of the map, Dalston Stores, machinery store, and sawmill. So heading east, top of the map, over the railway bridge. The railway running north-south. Unfortunately, I don't think on consoles we've got the animation for the actual trains running on it, but the railway is there nonetheless. Which brings us to the pub. Happy days. The Pira Inn, nice family establishment. Should you wish to bring your kids along, lovely beer garden, play area for the children, but more importantly for the game. Not sure what he was walking over there. An egg sell point. As I understand it, they do a fantastic full English breakfast here, all locally sourced produce. The eggs obviously coming from us. But there you go, the Pira Inn, egg sell point, and hidden bridge. Apparently. That's the pub. I won't stop for a pint, I've got far too much to do. Still heading east, we come to the little village. Church on the left hand side. Directly across the roundabout is the petrol station, gas station, fuel station, and roundabouts. I do like a roundabout. I know my family from Canada freaked out the first roundabout they came to when they came to the UK to visit us. To be fair, it wasn't a simple roundabout, it was quite a complicated multi-roundabout, if that makes any sense. But anyway, petrol station for refuelling. That's the point actually. I don't think at the farm there was a fuel refill point. There might have been, I might have missed that. I'll have to have a look when we go back because I didn't find the... well, the water was the big blue tank, wasn't it? Anyway, right, round the roundabout we're now going to head Lunatic. We're now going to head south. And according to this, south is also Sandy Bay and Chellington, if we go far enough. Fields on either side, plenty of contracting available. I'm now at the southeast corner of the map, and we are at Blue Sphere Stores. This is the second sell point on the map. On the right hand side just here we have got our spinnery wool sell point. We've got our sell point for everything else. If I go around the back here, we have also got the BGA. Slightly different to your normal BGAs. I mean, everything's here. We've got our 5 bunker silos. But here's the thing. The anaerobic digester, the sell point just over to the left there, is a long, long way away from the bunker silos. I usually sell mine using conveyor belts. That's going to be a lot harder to do on this map, but a challenge nonetheless. So that's your BGA, pretty much standard. Everything's here. We've got our slurry tank on the right hand side here, holds a fair amount. More storage space for vehicles if you desire to store more vehicles here. We've also got a bale sell point, and that is Blue Sphere Stores. Like I say, this is going to seem like a real whistle stop whiz round. There's a lot to fit in, and I'm trying to make it video not too long, otherwise it's can get a little bit boring listening to my voice droning on and on. Anyway, we are now going to head around the bottom of the map, so heading westward again. Over the railway. On our right, the castle on the hill. On our left, the forest. For anything forestry, wood chipping, lumber, timber, all that kind of thing you want to do. On Sandy Bay it was the Enchanted Forest. On here we have Sherwood Forest. I am reluctant to go in for fear of being ambushed by Robin Hood and his merry men, so I won't. It's a forest, as you can see, plenty of trees to cut down, lots to be doing. We've got a kind of this side, and then if you go through this denser bit, there's more. There are more trees across the other side as well. But that's your forest. Not as enchanted as it was on Sandy Bay, but Sherwood Forest. If you're American, Canadian, and you're thinking of coming to the UK, all of these things aren't this close together in real life. Sherwood Forest is a lot further north. It's not in Gloucestershire. Stonehenge is more south in Salisbury, but it's nice that all these features are on here. I do like it. We are now at the southwest corner of the map, and we are at Lake Region Livestock. This is livestock market. Everything you need for livestock, if you're going to be using animal trailers for ferrying your animals backwards and forwards, this is the buy-sell point for all of your animal needs. Pigs, sheep and cows, this is it. So livestock, southwest corner of the map. Lots of nice little features, the road signs, the different names for things. I love the textures, I love the undulating terrain. I've said this in a lot of the maps, but that kind of way the field sweeps down away from here and then up the hill, hills and valleys and dips and culverts and streams, and it's brilliant. It really is good. So I'm going to turn up here and head north. This is the lane that we started on that will run us right the way up the map away from the farm, but if I turn right here up the hill to a high point on the map, we have got the castle that you could see from the main road with commanding views of the landscape around. It's worth coming. Bring the family for a visit to the castle. Take some photographs of the picturesque scenery. There are lots of little tracks and lanes leading to different fields. Explore. This is just a first look. This is just a quick whiz round. This is where everything is. Please, please, please explore these maps. Search for the nuggets, even if you don't get all of them. Leave one if you don't want to do the nuggets, but in searching for the nuggets you get to go around the entire map. So, back onto this lane. Now this is an interesting one. This lane here, we've got these two lanes here that run north-south either side of the farm. Well, this one here actually runs round the bottom, across the railway, and goes to here. This also has a lane that runs north-south, which has a farm on it. Now I haven't been to this, I haven't shown you any of this area here. There is an egg sale point, there's another little farm here. Go and check it out, have a look yourself. You need something to explore, otherwise I'm going to show you everything. But yeah, this lane comes off the main road, runs across the railway, then comes north-south. So we've now just joined it here, just past the castle, and we're going to head north-south to show you the last thing I want to show you on the map tour. So we are now passing back past Thornton Farm on the left hand side, the north and south parts of Thornton Farm. Nice little irrigation ditch, river, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I've left the washing on the line, just realised that as I whizzed past. Well, it's just a nice day. So if I turn right off of this little lane here onto an even smaller lane, we are now at sheep, the last of our livestock that we haven't looked at yet. We have got, this is where your wool pallets will appear. This is where we do our direct buying and selling of sheep if we wish to do so without a trailer. We have got our grass trough and our water trough and a nice big open pasture meadow for the sheep to graze and roam around right by the railway, to make sure that that fence is completely blocked. Don't want any of our sheep ending up on the railway, do we? That would be terrible. Lots of dry stone wall. I do like this. Great features, great textures, cracking map. So that's the third and last of our livestock. Very quickly heading back to Thornton. Like I say, it's all the kind of main points around the map. You just, I mean, at any point you can stop, just take a zoom out and have a look round. The terrain, the landscape, it's just amazing. It really, really is fantastic. And it's another cracking map, absolutely fantastic. Now, I was going to look very, very quickly for... Yeah, I think because you've got the blue water thing here, there's no standpipe. But fuel, I assume it's only the petrol station. So it may need to be a fuel tank. Oh, what am I talking about? Right there. There we go, fuel. Ignore me, blind as a bat. Okay, but that's it. That's the map tour. Done. Thornton Farm, finally got round to it. I'm not going to explain why this is the third go round, but that's it. We've seen most of the important stuff. The rest of it, explore, find it for yourself. Part of the fun of playing on these maps is also finding new locations and things you didn't know they were there. I'm going to pop out on the bike later on and have a whiz round. Just enjoy the lovely weather. But that's it from me. I hope you found it useful, informative, entertaining, whichever, whatever you found from it. If you've just found it intensely irritating, that's also fine. But that's it from me for this first look map tour on Thornton Farm. If you liked it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share the video, please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.